It's 6:45 a.m. today on this episode of Socratic Diuretic.
It's too fucking early, mate.
Yeah, it is. And the album I want to talk about is Hatecrew Deathroll by Children of Bodom.
Oh my.
Rest in peace, Alexi Laiho.
In love and memory.
You start.
Okay, Hatecrew Deathroll was probably one of my earliest entries into. This is one of my earliest entries into diving into like, oh hey man, I want to really listen to some hard, really balls to the walls heavy metal, you know. And I was still kind of riding off the In Flames Clayman album with this really melodic death metal.
And I will say Hatecrew Deathroll is probably Children of Bodom's best album.
Oh, I'd say so. I've only listened to 2 albums so far, including that one. But my God, that album is as melodic, it's as beautiful as it is brutal, you know?
It is crazy. It's really violent sounding. Like,
oh yeah. But it's like beautiful. It's like beautiful violence, you know? Like a sexy rapist.
well, you know, the guitar tone, the drumming, his voice.
His voice? Oh yeah.
You know, the way he screams is just so violent. But at the same time, it's got these underlying and sometimes not even underlying, right over the top, you know, gorgeous melodic lines, which is so iconic and, you know, what you associate with melodic death metal.
And can I draw attention to the fact as well that like, he plays lead, doesn't he, Alexi Laiho?
Yeah.
Like, well, that like, and the fact that his vocal lines on its own are already fucking tough as shit, but then on top of that, he's playing lead. So that's crazy talent.
I think he's, you know, like, I remember when Children of Bodom first came out, there was so much hype about, like, Alexi Laiho was hailed as the next, you know, king of all the shredders, the next guitar hero, and he really was. Like, he was such a great player. He was so effortless, and he's not someone who uses a lot of effects. He's got a very simple setup. His guitar has one pickup, and he just, you know, blitzes away on it so effortlessly.
When you got that much skill, like, you just gotta. But then he's singing at the same time, which, like, I think any musician who does both, and you hear the line, they are not simple lines at all.
That is, and here's the thing: if anyone says that he's not singing, yeah, like, grinding is not easy. In fact, we're gonna do, you know, subscribe to our channel and, you know, follow the Evolution of Creation, our other playlists. And we're gonna do a video on grinding where we're gonna go through maybe a couple of episodes and get Aaron to try grinding.
Oh mate, it's hard. I'll tell you one thing, like, having trained in jazz vocals, any day jazz vocals are easier than grinding. I can tell you that.
It's just so foreign to, you know,
the human body.
Well, doesn't matter how much, like, vocal classes you've taken, they don't teach you anything that relates to grinding.
No, oh hell no. Because if anything, it flies in the very face of what singing
And once grinding is so diverse, there's so many variations of grinding as well.
But let's get back on the topic of Hatecrew Deathroll. Now, there's some really amazing, like, you know, straight out the bat.
Favorite song of Hatecrew Deathroll?
Okay, the obvious answer is Needle 24/7.
It is a banger.
It's pure brutality and just like a beautiful, like, that opening riff. You know, it's got. You know what? If you take away his vocals, it's kind of power. It's very power metal-y, actually. It's a lot of. I know there's a lot of like these European, Scandinavian bands. They're melodic death metal. You take away the vocals, it's power metal, which I love power metal, but it's got more cajones, you know. But you know what? The less obvious answer, I think, Triple Corpse Hammer Blow. What a fucking title, mate. Like, that's a song that you go out and murder to, bruv.
In fact, if you watch the music video of the Triple Corpse Hammer Blow, like, it is about a serial killer.
Well, there you go. But it's, you know, again, Triple Corpse Hammer Blow's got, you know, the vocals give it such violence. But again, the riffs, the melodies, they're so beautifully
And what
written.
about some of the samples, you know, sampling American Psycho?
Oh, I didn't even know that was the reference, but how good is that? I do not wish for a better world, but I wish that my pain be inflicted upon the world. Oh,
Or what's that other song as well where it was like, death? What the fuck you don't know about death?
6 pounder. Sex.
Amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, like, really great album. If you like your music heavy, but you also really love melody and, you know, great arrangements. And really shout out to Children of Bodom, where he's one of the most badass keyboard players.
Oh my god, like he's and you know what, and if you want to talk about albums specifically, I love the keyboards on Hatecrew Deathroll much better actually than the Blue album. Not to say there's anything wrong with it. The Blue album definitely used the keyboard a little bit more conventionally, but Hatecrew Deathroll, my god, like it's got, I never thought keyboards could convey violence, and they really found a way to do that.
Well, he uses a lot of these like stabs like they use like in film soundtracks. Dun, dun.
Yeah, very aggressive.
Dun, 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 dun.
Really there to accentuate the aggression of it all.
And then you run into a line like
seriously, there's so many of these bands with such like demonic and satanic violent imagery, but my god, like their you know melodies and musical lines are just, they're absolutely gorgeous, mate. Fucking beautiful.
So in summary, Hatecrew Deathroll by Children of Bodom, out of 5 stars.
Don't get me wrong, I love it, you know, and I know we recently gave Dream Theater a hell of a score. I'm gonna have to place it similarly with Soilwork, 4 to 4.5.
Alright, I think I have to agree with 4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so aggressive. I will say that there is a subjective element that you gotta be in the mood. You've gotta be in a real fucking hateful mood.
No, it's like a soundtrack for murder.
Oh yeah, well, like, you know, mass murder, you know? It's like genocidal music. But it's a fucking brilliant album for that. Short and sweet, gets to the point, but with oomph.
Hatecrew Deathroll, one of our all-time favorites by Children of Bodom, 4.5 stars.